So in a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat, you can sit on a cushion or a block if you need to, or a book. I like to sit kneeling or cross-legged or Ardha Padmasana like I am, half lotus. And then just take a moment to rock your hips from left to right. It's like you're moving through sand, finding a nice even seat. Now let's take a little bit of a Sufi circle, moving your spine around your pelvic bowl, your shoulders. Before we do come into stillness, just feeling a little bit of release into the shoulders. Give them a roll, a shrug, once or twice. And again, a little bit of movement continues up the body into the neck, your head, your jaw, just releasing a little bit of tension out of the face. When you're ready, you can either take your hands to rest in your lap, palms up or down, or onto your knees. Allowing your shoulders to settle down your back, which can be really difficult when it has been cold. Our body likes to tense up. It's this protection mode of a hunched back. No wonder we get much tighter, much sorer in winter. We go into that protection position, trying to stay as warm as possible. And instead, what I want you to feel is a really subtle tuck of the chin. And from there downwards, we start to acknowledge that there is these parts of the body, these organs within our body that are actually covered in what's called brown fat. It's helping to insulate you. So when you do get cold, you feel the heat from the throat, the thyroid, down liver, and down a little lower into the abdomen. So with that subtle tuck of the chin, we've already got that long line of energy of warmth with the breath, with a tall posture, rather than having to round our shoulders and to hunch. Keeping the neck long, the chin relaxed, your jaw relaxed. And as this tension just falls away from the body, try to become really heavy in your hips. So just start to feel the back of the pelvis drop into the mat a little deeper, giving you a bit more permission to soften your belly, to let the belly go. No need to suck it in. The belly is absolutely soft. Heavy hips, soft belly, relaxed hands, soft elbows, relaxed shoulders, and a subtle tuck of the chin. Relax. Make a subtle constriction at the back of your throat as you breathe. And again, into that space of the brown fat, the thyroid gland, we start to echo our breath like the sound of the ocean, ujjayi. Like a whisper at the back of the throat, a ha sound. And it's just audible to yourself. As you breathe this ujjayi breath, keep your belly soft, your shoulders relaxed. And keep coming back to that feeling of settling in, of surrendering in, of focusing on your breath. A slow, steady pace. Let's take 3 more rounds of ujjayi. Sometimes translated as breath of fire or victorious breath. Take an inhale together through the nose. Then open your mouth and let it go. And then guys, again, I want you to start from the head down this time with a neck roll, a shoulder roll, a Sufi circle, and then the butt from side to side. All of that really slowly, just transferring your weight around from shoulder to hip to hand, bringing some movement back in movement that we take really slowly, so when our body is cold, we're not going to hurt ourselves in any way. We allow our body to adjust, especially if we're being quite sedentary today. Those who will be using music today, the playlist is called Move Slower. I'm going to count you down from 5 if you do want to hit play. 5, 4, 3, 2, we hit play. 1, make sure you're not on shuffle. And then guys, we'll continue in our seat, right hand down to the right, left arm to the sky. Take a big breath in, Ujjayi. And take a side bend over toward your right, keeping a soft bend or a deep bend in that right elbow. And as you lean your body weight over into the right palm, feel if your left hip starting to lift, and then press it back into the ground quite firm. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, and then all the way out. We're going to rise with both arms to the sky, framing your face. Take a breath in, take a big stretch. Then bring your right arm under your left arm, reaching back for the shoulders like you're giving yourself a hug. Lift the elbows to the sky, take your gaze, your chin up on the inhale. Then round your elbows in, your chin in on the exhale. One more time, elbows and gaze up, feel the back extend. And then everything in to feel the back flex. Take your left hand to the ground, take your right arm only to the sky, take a big stretch up, reach for the roof. Then bend the left elbow to bend your body to the left. Excuse me. Leaving the left palm pressing down and feeling the weight transfer over. And taking the right hip firmly back into the yoga mat. And then we reach both arms to the sky, nice and slow. We're not in any hurry. Inhale. And so we'll take our left arm under the right arm, just changing our grip as we reach back. Take an inhale for the elbows to lift, a nice expansion of the belly. And then feeling the belly button hold all the way back as you round in. Slow and steady, inhale, lift. And then exhale, dome. Right hand down, left arm high, stretch, inhale. Exhale, side bend. Arms to the sky, sit tall, inhale. Right arm under the left arm, shoulders or take a full eagle bind this time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Left hand down, right arm high, inhale. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, come all the way up, both arms nice and high. Left arm under the right arm, cuddle or eagle. Inhale, we take our back extension looking up. And then flexion, breathe out. This time, both arms to the sky, unravel your bind, take a big stretch up. And then take your hands all the way around in a big, big circle. Take your time, reaching back for an interlace. Pull the knuckles down all the way back. You might even like to connect the knuckles to the ground behind you if that feels okay. Otherwise, just reaching in space. Feel as though you've got 2 pieces of paper wedged under your armpits. You'll wrap a squeeze there to really pop the chest and open the pecs. Take both arms slowly back up to the sky, unraveling your bind. Big breath in. And then hands together in front of your heart space. Interlock the fingers, bring your knuckles under your chin. I'm just going to take a really gentle neck roll, left to left. Chin into the knuckles, feeling a stretch down the back of the neck, right to right. And we slowly come back. I want you to bring your elbows wide, push your head back gently with the knuckles. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Close the palms, the elbows, let your right ear drop to your right shoulder. This is just really gentle. The knuckles support your head as you drop the head down to center. Left to left. Take your time. And as the head tilts back, we gently open our elbows. Take a nice big breath in, feel the palms open. Stay for the exhale. Coming through center, keep the interlock, push the hands all the way forward out in front of your chest. And then up to the sky, your elbows can bend. Take a big stretch up, feel the palms opening, then relax your fingers down beside your body. However you get there, take your time, come over onto the knees. Still there in the middle of your mat. And from our knees, guys, keep the toes pointed under your bum. I'm going to take the hands behind the hips just a little bit, and I want you to take a subtle lift of the knees so you're stretching into the front of your ankles, essentially. And that can feel really strong, especially if you've been wearing shoes today. So we don't need to go back too far, and we don't need to lift too high. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, slide the knees down and move your weight forward. Bring your hands down and then bring your hands all the way forward, your chest over your fingers. We'll keep our toes pointed here. I just want you to take a little lift of the knees. Now press into the tops of the feet, again, stretching into the feet here. From front to back, inhale. Slide the knees back to the ground gently. Slide your bum onto your heels, hands reach behind you. Move slowly, tip your weight into the fingertips, lift the knees. They just hover. One breath. And slide your knees back to the ground. Move forward, hands forward, chest over fingers. Press into the feet, lift the knees. 3. Hands nice and strong. 2. And then knees slowly back to the ground. Just one more time, bum onto the heels. Move your weight back, fingers back. And again, it's just really subtle, lift the knees. Really subtle. And then as you move back this time, I want you to take your hands just in front of the kneecaps to the ground. Lift your bum, curl the toes underneath, and then push your bum back onto the heels as you sit onto the heels, Seiza. Guys, if this feels too much today, you could always lean forward 45 degrees. Keep some support, hands can stay to the ground. If you feel okay with this, just keeping the tailbone long, feel your weight just sit back and in. And again, softening your belly like we practiced. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Now you know why. One more round. Leaning your weight forward, point the toes like a ballerina, and then kick your right foot out to the side. And then as you turn the toes in, then plant your foot onto it's probably next to your mat, just the ground next to your mat. And you guys, I want to take your right hand onto your right thigh. Push your pelvis in and under, flip the belly tone, left arm reaches up to the sky, right above your skull, preparing for gate pose. Take a big breath in. Now keep the tailbone long, stretch over to the right, right hand slides down the right leg. One more breath in here. We're going to come up through the center, both arms stretch to the sky. Keep the tailbone long. Bring your hands down into prayer. From here, I want you to turn your right toes up to the sky. Now, let the outer thigh rotate back. You're going to start to park your bum to the ground. As you do, bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, preparing for Janu. Stretch your arms up to the sky. Keep a little bend in the right leg, but keep the toes active. And taking your forward fold over our right leg. It doesn't matter if you're off the yoga mat. We don't even need to stay on the mat. There are no rules. You can always color outside the lines. Taking 2 more breaths in Janu. Now keep your belly firm. We're going to move our chest up and over the pelvis. Take your left hand behind your left sit bone. As you do, press your way into the left shin, lift the hips, lift the right arm, tilt up, tilt back, stargazer pose. A nice big stretch, opening your chest. And then as we start to send our bum halfway to the ground, I want you to look to the front of your mat. You're going to step your right foot forward, bend the right knee, taking your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms to the sky. Now we're back on our mat. Weaving the left hip over the left knee, hands down into heart space. Take an inhale to lean your chest forward, your head forward, bend the right knee deeply. Then cross your left elbow over the right thigh, take your twist. Now, if you are pregnant, bring your right elbow to the inside of the right knee and keep your belly nice and open out to the left. And if you need more surface area, left toes can even come over to the right in any of those variations. Keeping the knee pressing against whichever elbow is connected to. Let's over the Ujjayi breath, 3. And rounding down into that front heel. And with that grounding, the arms lift effortlessly to the sky. Take your low lunge, Anjaneyasana, frame your face. Take your hands all the way down onto the yoga mat. Pick up the back knee, coming into your runner's lunge. Leaning the chest forward as far forward as you can. We're going to bring our head down towards our front big toe. We'll lift the back leg into an L shape. Then step your left foot to the front of the mat. Feet at hips width. Bend the knees, fold. Your forward fold, you don't have to go too deeply here with the spine. Rather bend the knees deeply. So we are releasing into our low back primarily. The hamstrings just get a little bit of juice as well. As we focus on our low back, it's important we engage our core, staying safe. Even if we take a gentle sway here, that's okay. And let go of the skull, let go of your jaw, heavy arms. Rock forward and back a few times into the balls of the feet, into the heels of the feet. Use your hands for support. And then for a count of 5, let's roll up to stand. Go slow. Strong in the feet here and the belly. When we get to the top, give your shoulders another big shrug, big roll. Feel the chest open, proud, palms face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take both arms forward and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Take a stretch. And take a forward fold, taking the knees into a deep bend and a really slow melt to the ground. Beautiful. Take the hands over the shins as you lengthen forward, roll the shoulders back, inhale. Then bend the knees, take your hands to the ground, step back with your left knee, step back with your right knee, coming into a table position, all fours. In your all fours, drop your belly, take your gaze forward for cow pose, inhale. And then roll everything in and under, feeling the wrist pull to the knees, cat. Do 2 more just like that, spinal roll. Feeling the breath generate the movement. Leaning back in a neutral spine here from table. I want you to bring your knees all the way into touch. Curl the toes underneath. Just one more round of Caesar. Park your bum back onto your heels. And again, if this is too much, we can always take it down a notch. The echo at the back of the throat, Ujjayi. Soft belly, soft shoulders, no hunching. Nice efforts, guys. As we gently lean ourselves forward, take your hands down to the ground and then just point the toes back. Lean to the right a little bit so we can stretch our left leg out to the side, turning the big toe down before landing the foot to the ground, so like a warrior 2 foot. Walk your hands back a little bit. Now pull the tailbone long. Notice what happens in the low back, feeling supported. Left hand to left thigh, right arm to the sky, reaching all the way up, tall in the spine. We're going to take that side lean over to our left for gate pose. Notice the further you move your right hip forward, the deeper the sensation down the right side body, even into the front. Both arms are going to come to the sky, stretching all the way tall. Take a big breath, no rush. Bring your hands down to heart space. We'll start to turn our chest over to the left, pick up the left toes, roll the outer thigh up. And then start to sit down, and as you do, bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh for Janu. A little bend in our left knee, keep the toes on, arms high, stretch up, big breath. And then fold over your left leg with a really long spine. Notice the power in your upper thigh, both front and back, when we do keep our foot in that flexion. We want to engage both the agonist and antagonist muscles that support our upper thigh. Putting a little bit of effort into the body. And the breath anchoring you here in the posture, the discipline to stay. 3. And breathing fully in, fully out. When we start to roll up slowly, take your right hand all the way past the right thigh. I'm going to lean into the right palm and shin. Lift the hips, lift the left arm. Take your stargazer, lean back. Stretch back. Guys, please drop your bum halfway toward the ground. As you do, the left knee bends naturally. Look forward and step your left foot forward. Lean into the left foot for arms to lift. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Facing the front of the yoga mat. Keeping our right hip stacked over right knee as much as we can so we're not collapsed. Bring your hands together all the way down to heart space. Take a deep breath in. Let's lean forward. Keep the spine long. And then twisting over to the left, right elbow hooks. Or again, for those who are pregnant, it's left elbow to left thigh, belly open out to the right. Those in there, twist, keep pressing the knee to tricep. And see if you can lift your heart a little closer to that left elbow. Really wringing out the belly here, the spine. One more breath. We look forward as the arms lift high above the skull. Take a deep breath in, Anjaneyasana. Then release both hands to frame the left foot. Pick up the back knee, feel the heart lift a little further forward for runner's lunge. Now guys, I want you to start to tip your weight forward into your front foot as much as you can. Now bring your head towards your left toe, pick up the back leg, think of an L shape with the body before stepping the right foot all the way to the front of the yoga mat. Take the feet at hips width, bend the knees deeply, and then just drop all the way in. Shake out the head. Option to sway your torso, to shake out your arms, whatever's nice. I like to lean forward and back a few times, heels to balls of feet, heels and back. Giving our spine that opportunity to feel into some traction. Decompress. Let's come up for a count of 5, go really slow. Arms are dangling heavy. And the shoulders are shrugged when you're ready. Up, back, and around, palms face the front, Tadasana. Press down into your feet, arms to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Take a nice slow forward fold, bend the knees. Hands to shins or knees, take a halfway lift. Now pull the chest forward. And take a forward fold. Slide your right knee onto the ground, followed by your left knee, coming into a table position. All fours. Making the palms under the shoulders, 3 rounds of cat-cow, your own pace. You might even like to close the eyes here. When we come back from those 3 rounds, we'll take a big circle of the hips around from heels to hands, freeing up into the low back a little bit. Take 3 one direction and then go the opposite direction, even out. When we do come back through center, and there is no hurry, flip your fingers to face back to the knees for southpaw. You can stay exactly here. You might like to lean your hips back a little bit, just for a little bit more sensation. One more breath, everybody. As the hands begin to lift off the ground forward and up, send your butt back onto your heels. Come into the back of the mat, Vajrasana, arms high. Then right arm under the left arm, cuddle or eagle bind. We take an inhale to lift the gaze, so lift the elbows. And an exhale to round, chin to chest, elbows to navel. Come all the way up into the knees, unravel the arms slowly, stretch up to the sky, push the pelvis forward. No hurry, step the right foot forward, bring the hands down, back to prayer. Inhale, lean your torso, your head forward. The open or the closed twist, exhale. Stay for 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Arms float easy to the sky, stretch. Take your hands all the way down to the mat, move your bum back, straighten your front leg, lift your front toes. Taking half monkey goat pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, when we move into our hamstrings, if you do need to keep the bend in the leg, definitely do that just to feel less stubbornness and more safety. We don't have to hyperextend to get a good stretch and to be aware of sensation in the body. If you want to, you could take your arms back for an interlace behind the small of your back. You can keep your hands on the ground. Stay here just for 3. Really leaning into what is happening, the sensation, even the mood, the awareness of energy that comes up. We're going to all bend our front knee, step back into our front foot. Take our chest forward and up without lifting the arms. It's kind of like a runner's lunge meets an Anjali Asana. The hips are really low. See if you can squeeze your back knee toward your front heel toward your back knee. Then stay where you are, begin to hover the back knee off the ground. So the toes are still pointed. Stay here or hover the hands for 3. Everybody, 1 breath. Drop the back knee, drop the hands. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, lift the bum nice and high, straighten the front leg, drop your skull, pyramid. In your pyramid pose, see how good it feels to take a halfway lift, find a little bit more space when you fold. We all take another halfway lift. Now guys, I want you to walk your hands over to the right, to the outer edge of your right foot. From here, I want you to lean your weight forward into your right foot, then come onto the knife blade edge of your back foot. Come onto the knife blade edge of your right foot. So now all toes are pointed to the right edge of your mat. Now take your hands all the way to the right. Bring your weight into your palms. You're going to bend your knees slowly and come all the way onto your bum. So you'll be facing the right side of your mat, just like I am now. Now, if you need to straighten out your bottom leg, take it into Ardha Hanumanasana. Otherwise, keeping the knees stacked and the bum even, or sitting on something. Let's take a big breath in, arms to the sky. And take a fold forward. You don't have to go deep to feel it. You might like to drop your skull in. Or use your hands for a bit of support, catching your chin. If you are pregnant, your belly's in the way, just stay sitting upright and breathe. Slow, even breaths. Cultivating patience. Lean into the shape. No urgency. No demands. Stay here just for 2 more rounds. Ujjayi. Constriction at the back of the throat, just subtle. Now that you do rise, take your time, feel the spine articulate a vertebrae at a time. Your head is back over your pelvic bowl. We're going to lean back just a little bit so our knees take a subtle lift. I want you to take your hands to the front of the mat, lean into the palms and step your left foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge, sending the hips low, the chest forward. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, move your head toward your big toe, pick up the back leg, stretch your chest forward this time into a halfway lift, L shape. And then step the left foot to the front, take a forward fold, bend the knees. Halfway lift, hands to legs or ground, chest forward. Forward fold, soft knees. Arms to the sky, slowly reach up. Tailbone long. Hands come down into heart space, Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to reset, feeling into the right side, feeling into the left side in your balance. We lean more of our weight to our right now. Take a little bend in the right knee, scoop in the belly, left knee pulls up and into the chest. Standing here on the right leg only. You can take your hand onto a wall if you need support today. Squeezing the right butt cheek, and pulling in the floating ribs. We're going to start to bring our left ankle to the outside of our right thigh. And as you do, bring your left knee out wide to the left. So now your legs are in a figure 4 shape. Begin to bend the right knee forward and down, coming into your funky chair. You might like to keep your hands to prayer or take your arms wide for balance, high for challenge, or behind you if you're wanting to move into small shoulder and chest. It might challenge your balance. Let it. And stay with the breath, team 3. If you fall out, you just get straight back in. I know it's harder on carpet. I'm on carpet too. So let it be a little shaky today. As we come up to stand, bring your knee with you. Take a deep breath in, lift the left knee as high as it will go. And then step your left foot to the ground, take a forward fold, nice and slowly bending the knees, hands to toes. And take a halfway lift, big breath. And then slide the left knee to the ground, slide your right knee to the ground, come back to your table position. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, 3 rounds. Cat-cow. Full spinal extension, full spinal flexion. 2 of the 6 ways our spine moves. Until your bum is parked back on your heels. Excuse me, no hurry. When you're ready, arms go to the sky. Take a big stretch. And this time I'm going to cactus our arms. Roll the shoulders back, let the chest pop up, option to look up. Otherwise, keep looking forward, keep the neck at ease. Feeling a nice big opening in the front of the chest, a squeeze of the back body. You know, the only, I don't want to say issue, but the, I guess, limitation with the yoga practice is there is no squeeze. There is no squeeze back of the back body, the posterior chain. Everything's quite anterior chain, front body. So just taking this opportunity, like I said, to have a full body practice, awareness of everything in the body, the push, the pull, the strength, the stretch, and the magic between. Take both arms to the sky, sit neutral, feel the ribs pull down. And this time we'll take our left arm under our right arm for our bind. If that was a hug or an eagle. Take an inhale to lift the gaze, the elbows, the chin. Then round in slowly, flexion. Come up onto the knees, arms unravel to the sky, like you're moving through honey. And we're going to step forward with our left foot, hands down to heart, eventually. And your arm journey, take a deep breath in, lean forward, forward, forward. Take a twist, open or closed. One full breath cycle. Guys, arms up to the sky, stretching tall, and Janiyasana. And taking the hands down as you do, move your bum back to straighten your front leg and then flick up the front toes. Coming into Ardha Hanumanasana. Right hip pulling toward right thumb, left thigh bone sucking back into its hip socket. If you want to change your arms, do not wait for permission. Anything that suits you today. Place to breathe, to let go of the hunch, let go of the tension, to slow down. Let's stay for another 3. Guys, look beyond your left foot and then go ahead and lean your weight back forward, rebend the knee, plant the foot down. Now let your hips move toward the ground, nice and deeply, hands onto the mat. Move your chest forward like you would in a runner's lunge. The shoulders are not hunched, the shoulders are retracted. Now squeeze your right knee forward just a little bit. Notice what happens in the low back. This is quite strong if you want to stay here. Otherwise, keep the back toe in a point, but hover the back knee. Option to hover the hands free. One breath. Hands down, knee down. Curl the back toes. Press into the ball of the back foot to lift the knee. Then lift your bum so your front leg goes straight. And then fold into pyramid. Don't worry if the back heel is lifted or if it's flat. I mean, you can always take it shorter if that feels better. Sometimes a long pyramid is really quite delicious in the body, especially if you've been sitting down. Rather than focusing on the physical alignment, I want you to focus on the feeling. Again, halfway lift helps sometimes, or a push back in the back foot stronger than the front foot. Be curious. We're all going to move more weight into the front foot. Now take your right hand and left hand over to the left foot, the outer edge. Then as we walk around, I want you to lean into your hands, into your hands, into your hands. Roll into the outer edges of both feet. Now begin to bend the knees down into the ground so your knees are stacked. And then sit your bum between the feet. Because you can always modify Gomukasana, straight bottom leg, or sit on something. Arms to the sky, stretching high, feeling the spine lengthen. Stay exactly where you are, hands to prayer. We'll take a forward fold at any depth. Encourage you to close your eyes as we just hold this shape for the next 5 to 6 breaths. Really mellow. Letting go of the hunch, the tension. And just dissolving in like aspirin in water. Feel your body fizzle into the shape. One more round of breath. Slow in, slow out. Take your time to unravel, to sit tall again. Leaning back just a little bit. It's like you're about to fall back. Having that support as you take your hands to the front of your mat, we're going to press into the left foot, lean your chest forward, step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Moving the chest forward, giving a deep bend in the front knee. Look down to your left big toe. I want you to take your weight forward, forward, forward. Now pick up the back leg, move your chest forward, take a halfway lift. And step your back foot to the front of the yoga mat. And take a forward fold, let go. Halfway lift, hug the outer hips inward. And then take a forward fold, bend your knees. Arms reach to the sky, slow. Stand tall. And then hands eventually down to prayer. Reconnecting here. Breath in. Breath out. Shifting the weight forward and back a few times into both feet. Feeling into the feet, into the body. We take our weight over into our left leg, a little bend. Now keep the tailbone moving in a down direction. Feel the belly tone as you do. Right knee to the chest. Active toes, active foot. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Pull the knee out wide, figure 4. Then sit down by bending the left knee forward and down. Remember, you can use a wall when we're balancing. You can take any arm variation as well that helps you balance or makes it more challenging if that's your boo. We're not here to perfect in any means. 5 breaths. If you fall, just meet me back here. Come up to stand, bring your knee with you. Arms to sky or prayer. And then take your foot onto the ground, weight into both feet as you fold forward, bend the knees. Belly back to thighs, head back to shins. Feel the back lengthen here. Take a halfway inhale. We go with our right knee first, followed by our left knee, table position, all 4s. And this time I want you to turn your fingers to the sides of the mat. So it's like you got little seal arms. And then we're going to lean into the left palm, back to the heels, into the right palm, forward to the front of the mat, and keep that direction as you take 2 more circles, shifting your weight over the hands. Loosen up the belly, loosen up your ribs, your neck. Go the opposite direction. A little bit of active recovery. Slow, steady breaths. And team, when you come back through the center, once you turn your left fingers forward, right arm to the sky, stretching up, take a twist here, open the chest. And take your right arm under your rib cage, threading the needle, coming down to the right shoulder, your right cheek, relax. And relax your head, your eyes. You might like to extend your left arm forward here or take a half bind, reach back for your right hip. Two deep breaths. Bring your left hand beside your face. Press down into the ground for the right arm to come back to the sky. You stretch up, open the ribs up, the palm up. And then bring your right arm all the way forward to the front of the mat, turning your chest down. Taking your right hand to the ground, table position. Stretch your right leg out behind you. Take a one-legged table, toning from the glute, keeping a low belly firm. Take a deep breath in, and bring your right knee into your navel, then tuck your chin to your chest, curling the spine. Two more times, extend the leg, your gaze, press into the palms. Then bring the knee in, the chin in, and then dome. And again, one time. All the way in. Hold this shape, bringing the knee as close to the chin as possible, feeling the wrist pull toward the knees. You can come up onto your finger pads here for a bit of space. We're going to drop our toes to the left, our shin bone down onto the ground, and slide our back leg nice and long, setting up our pigeon. Taking your fingertips to the ground next to your right knee, and then next to your right foot. Move the shoulders back so your biceps roll forward. Now squeeze your bum as you lift your chest, option to look up. Then bend the elbows as you lean forward, forward, forward into a rolling cobra. Hug the left hip down. We'll do that two more times, lifting up with the breath in. Keep the butt on. You can relax it as you fold. Rolling cobra, one more round. Your pace. This final one can take us into a fold. If it feels okay to bring your forearms down or your chest and head down. If you would like to, even in a fold, you can pick up your back foot and reach back with your left hand. Just keeping the left outer thigh rolling down if you're taking that option. Let the shoulders go. Let this be the easiest, most effortless moment of your day. As you arrive in this shape, it's like you have nothing else to do for the rest of your day. This is it. Just here, just now. Surrendering in. How nice does it feel to not hold back? We'll begin to make our way back up onto the hands. Curl your left toes under. Press down to your left knee, then move your bum up, back, and slide your right knee to meet your left knee. Take a child's pose, bum to heels. Relax your belly to your thighs. Lifting your head and chest off the ground, move your weight back forward over your hands, bringing the knees in for a table position. Left arm goes up to the sky. When you're ready, take a nice big stretch up. And bringing your arm under for thread the needle, arriving onto the outside of the left shoulder, the left cheek. And if you want to add any of those variations with your right hand forward or back, you could. Otherwise, right hand just stays as is. And 2 deep breaths. Really heavy yet soft shoulders, face. Awesome, guys. Take your right hand to the ground, pressing down for the left arm to spin into the sky. Easy. Open up the ribs. And stretching your left arm forward like you're taking a freestyle stroke until your hand arrives to the ground, chest pointing down. Press into the palms evenly, look forward, left leg back, engage your butt cheek squeeze. And bring your knee to your chin, bring your chin to your knee, dome the upper back. Inhale for extension, gaze and foot, stretch. Flexion, pulling everything in. One time, inhale. Exhale. Hold this shape. Feeling the knee lift a little higher. Engage your belly. Palms or finger pads. Slide your foot over past the right wrist and drop your shin bone to the ground. Lean forward to slide your back leg long. Bring the finger pads next to the foot, next to the knee. Lifting up and out of the hips, biceps forward, chest up. And then rolling into the cobra 3 times. Don't worry if you lose count. It just ends in a fold. Giving that right hip flexor a little bit more attention by taking this back bend in between fold. Whether it's forearms or head, or grabbing a hold of the back foot into the right hand. Wherever you are, I encourage you to close your eyes down. The opportunity to be soft, tension-free. Nowhere else to be. Ujjayi, the sound of the ocean echoes at the back of your throat. Soothing, calming. Victorious. Take an inhale. Open the mouth. Slowly come back to your hands. Make your way up. And we're going to lean over to our left hip as much as we can. Right knee bends into the chest. And you come up, over and around, taking your feet in front of you onto the ground, taking your hands over your knees, your shins. Your feet are about hips width apart. I want you to lean back, let your knees catch you, arms straight, drop the chin. Feeling a nice stretch in the low back as you slide the tailbone long. From here, begin to lift the toes so the heels are on the ground. And then you're going to let go of the knees as you stretch the arms forward and roll all the way down onto your back, slow, steady, taking your palms to turn up. A subtle tuck of the chin again, that long line of energy, contained. Close down your eyes. Let your breath become natural. No change, no altering. Just is, as is. Making this time to be still, to go slow. Like there's nowhere else you need to be. There's nothing else you need to do. And that this moment is the most important moment, as it is the moment that is happening right now. The present. As you're presently looking after yourself. In stillness, in rest, in Shavasana. Could you stay for 5 breaths to 5 minutes, to 5 songs? Namaste.